Hello everyone, and welcome to the last video for the OL for Prep 2 and Unit 6, and it's called Different Environments. But in this video, we are just going to discuss lessons 4, 5, and 6. And as we do like all the time, we're going to define some important vocabulary in this unit or in these lessons. Let's move on. Number 1, and it's called wildlife. Again, wildlife, and it means animals, birds, insects, or etc. that are wild and live in a natural environment. Again, animals, birds, insects, etc. that are wild and live in a natural environment. And for this, I'm going to give you an example. The first is home to a wealth of wildlife. Number two, and it's called vote, and it is to show formally by making a paper or raising your hand which person you want to win an election, or which plan or idea you support. It's like the elections or the American elections between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, and it will be next November. So you have to vote in this election. And for this, I'm going to say everyone over 18 has the right to vote. Now let's move on to the next word, and it's called riverbank. Again, riverbank, and it means the ground at the side of a river. So over this, I'm going to say riverbank, or the people decided to clean the riverbank. Yes, again, the people decided to clean the riverbank. Now let's move on to the last word here, and it's called coral reef, and it means a reef composed mainly of coral and other organic matter, of which parts have solidified into limestone. And for this, I'm going to show you a picture. Let's click on this, and yes, this is the coral reef. So let's move on, and now it's time to read this article to get or to extract some important words and some important language notes. Students help to clean river. For the beginning, help, we can see help to, or help clean, or help with cleaning. I have three kinds of help. Just help with the to plus the base form, help plus the base form, and help with verb plus ing or a noun. Last weekend, 10 students from class 7 helped clean up the part of the river bank. Again, help clean, so help plus the base form of the verb. So let's go again. Last weekend, 10 students from class 7 helped clean up the part of the river bank near the city center. The students collected 15 bags of rubbish. Their teacher, Mr. Hassan, said the students were sad to find so much rubbish. So again, rubbish here is an uncountable noun, and it takes much. It doesn't take many or few. There were lots of plastic bags and bottles. He said, we even found an old shoe. One of the students said, it was great to clean the river bank, but we need to teach people to be more careful with their rubbish. Rubbish in the river damages the wildlife. So well done to the volunteers. And volunteers here means they are the people who do a job without being paid. Now let's move on. And here we have important language notes, and the first one, it's along the river. As you see that a and long, they are the same word, along. So along the river means in a line that follows the side of the river. When I tell you I went along the river to get to the bank, and it means I walked in a line that followed the side of the river until I found the bank. Now to the next one, it's to give or make suggestions, and it's easy to decide to do something or to suggest to do something. Let's move on. It's solve a problem, and it means to find a solution for a problem. And I'm sorry, to suggest doing something, not to suggest to do something. Now let's move on to the last thing here, and the word careful with. Yes, careful with, not careful to. Now let's move on. And here, how to make suggestions. We have two things we can say. Why don't we? And it will be followed by the base form of the verb. Why don't we try recycling water? Or I can say, we could, and it's followed by, yes, the base form of the verb. So let's read here. Why don't we try recycling water? We could use the water from washing to water the plants. And if I agree for this, or agree with this suggestion, I say that's an interesting idea. But if I don't agree with this suggestion, I say I'm not sure about that. Now it's time to answer some exercises, so don't go away. And now let's move on to answer some exercises. And the first one, choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. Number 1, my hometown is space on the coast. It's in the southeast. Closed, positions, located, lied. So you have your 3 seconds. And yes, my hometown is located on the coast. It's in the southeast. Number 2, Muhammad Salah, the famous sports person, is for his kindness. So he is known for his kindness. Number 3, my computer is space to the internet. So I search easily for anything I want. And it will be, take your 3 seconds. And yes, the answer is, my computer is connected to the internet. So I search easily for anything I want. Number 4, many people like to visit Port Said to fish. Yes, it's easy and clear. And many people like to visit Port Said to catch fish. Number 5, I visited Al Ahmadi Mosque and in Tanta and in it. Dived, fished, prayed, or played. So, yes, I visited Al Ahmadi Mosque in Tanta and prayed in it. Number 6, Egypt has wonderful ancient which tourists like to visit. So, Egypt has wonderful ancient monuments which tourists like to visit. Number 7, most fruit and vegetables are in the local area. So, they are grown. And I must remind you that here it's it's a passive voice. So we start with the object, then we have am or is or are, and then we have the past participle. So number 8, Minya has delicious black made from sugar, honey, rose, flour, or cotton. So yes, Minya has delicious black honey made from sugar. Number 9, bread is made from cotton, potatoes, sugar, or wheat. So yes, bread is made from wheat. Number 10, a space is a long area of water made for ships or boats. It's like the Suez Canal. So yes, the answer is, a canal is a long area of water made for ships or boats. Number 11, space is a plant used for making clothes. So yes, cotton is a plant used for making clothes. Number 12, Mr. Taha is famous for his stories. We all laugh a lot when we hear them. So yes, Mr. Taha is famous for his funny stories. Number 13, should look after the environment when they visit a country. So it should be, yes, tourists should look after the environment when they visit a country. Number 14, farmers plant a lot of orange trees the river. And yes, it will be along the river. It's letter B. Farmers plant a lot of orange juice or orange trees, along the river. And now let's move on to the grammar section. And number 1, choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. Number 1, space the thief caught by the police officer. So yes, I'm asking and I'm using the passive form, and it will be, is the thief caught by the police officer? Now number 2, in summer more ice cream than in winter. So yes, in summer more ice cream is eaten than in winter. Number 3, the flowers are watered, my brother, every morning. We should know if we want to add the subject to the passive form, we should precede it with by. So the flowers are watered by my brother every morning. So number 4, this writer's articles by many people. So it will be are read. Yes, are read. It's letter B. Now number 5, German as a second language in our school. So it will be, yes, German is spoken as a second language in our school. Now number 6, petrol space from oil, and it will be, yes, petrol is made from oil. Let's move on to number 7. The walls aren't by my mother. So the walls aren't painted by my mother. Number 8, my room every day. So it will be, my room is cleaned every day. Number 9, a lot of useful information on the internet. So yes, here information is an uncountable noun, so it will be followed by a singular verb, and it will be, yes, a lot of useful information is found on the internet. Now number 2, read and correct the underlined words. Jane drives to school by her father every day. So yes, Jane is driven to school by her father every day. Number 2, milk is keeping in the fridge, and it will be, yes, milk is kept in the fridge. Number 3, do famous places visited by tourists. Here we have places and it's plural noun, and it will be, yes, are famous places visited by tourists. So number 4, rooms is cleaning in this hotel every day, and it will be, rooms are cleaned in this hotel every day. Number 5, clothes aren't sell in that shop. So I should say clothes aren't sold in that shop. Number 6, who does your food cooked by? And it will be, who is your food cooked by? Let's move on. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D, and this is a vocabulary area. My father always asks us 2 suggestions about how to spend the weekend. So it will be, yes, my father always asks us to make suggestions about how to spend the weekend. Now number 2, adults are the people who are able to and choose the person they want. So adults are the people who are able to vote and choose the person they want. Number 3, my mother always tells me how to my problems alone. So we took it, yes, my mother always tells me how to solve my problems alone. Number 4, my class decided that we could bottles to recycle them. So yes, my class decided that we could collect bottles to recycle them. Now, number 5 is the way we reuse old things to become new again. So it's recycling, letter B. Number 6, climate change is a problem that we should care about. It's a global problem that we should care about. It's all over the world. Number 7, people in my local area decided to clean up to reduce water pollution. And it should be, yes, people in my local area decided to clean up the riverbank to reduce water pollution. Now, number 8, my mother always advises me to be careful my money, and we said I should take, yes, with. My mother always advises me to be careful with my money. Number 9, rubbish in the river, the wildlife. It's, yes, damages the wildlife. Number 10, Mr. Said asked us to write a paragraph about the importance of recycling. And thank you for being with us, and thank you so much for watching our videos for this time.